Are your money beliefs holding you back from real wealth? Whether you realize it or not, how you think about money really matters. But why is this important? Guess what? That's exactly what we're going to discuss in this video. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Jeff Anzalone. Wanted to get you out of the rat race using your mind as a tool. Do me a favor, download my free Millionaire Mindset Checklist link below this video. So money mindset, Jeff, what are you talking about? What is a money mindset? And you know what? It's not so much about how much you got in the bank, how much you got saved up. It's all about how you think. It's what you think and feel about money. That's your money mindset. All right. Perfect example. You could have two different doctors. Both of them making 300 grand a year. All right. So you tell me why two people each making 300 grand a year. Let's say they're both dermatologists. Okay. They do the same thing. Why is one of them on a path to becoming financially free in like 5 years? They're killing it versus the other one barely getting by, barely making ends meet. Can't figure out how to get out of debt. Why is that? Well, the difference comes down to this, how they think about money. That's it. So, why does this even matter? Your mindset about money is shaped by a lot of things. It could be shaped by your family, your past, what society has taught you, what it's teaching you now, your own personal experiences. Maybe a teacher told you something, a coach, whatever. If you grew up in a home where money was like taboo, was a stressful topic, you may be real cautious or have a limited view of money now. Okay. It may be like all you heard about was just scarcity, limitation of money. Everything was too expensive. We have to scrimp. We have to save. Let's drive 20 miles to Sam's to save 5 cents a gallon on gas. So when you're thinking like that, you're in this real scarcity type mindset. Okay. But if you learned about saving and investing the proper way early on, you may have a totally different outlook about money. So understanding and improving your money mindset is going to be huge depending on, number one, whether or not you can get to the point where you're financially free or work is optional, or number two, if that could be in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20. It just depends on how you think about money. Okay, so there's mainly 4 ways to think about money, and we just kind of mentioned a little bit about the first one. That was a scarcity mindset. So think of this as like a never enough type attitude. Okay, it's like feeling that you have to hold on to every penny, every cent that you have, thinking that, oh my gosh, if I spend it, I've got to go out and got to make it real quick. It can lead to disaster. Perfect example of this. When I got out of my residency back in 2005, I got screwed over from a job 2 weeks before I started. They basically just pulled the plug, and $300,000 of student loan debt. Had a 2-month-old. We'd already bought a house, interest only loan. They don't teach you how to start a practice, how to do anything, run a practice, run a business, nothing in dental school, medical school. Okay. So you can imagine I went back, I basically reverted not only to a scarcity mindset, but like I was in survival mode. And the only person back then that was kind of the financial guru then, really the only one, was Dave Ramsey. And he, looking back on it, what I was doing then versus what I'm doing now, he teaches sort of a modified scarcity mindset. 100% no debt. All debt is bad, whether you know how to use it or not. Using his baby steps to get us through to become debt free. But everything was all about cost and saving and scrimping and all that. Well, at that point in my life, maybe that's what God told me that I needed, and it did help us. But I'm really glad that I did not keep that mindset, or I wouldn't be here right now talking about you. So that's the scarcity mindset. Number 2 is abundance mindset. And that is the complete opposite. Whereas this one, everything is scrimping and saving. There's never enough to go around. The abundance mindset is more, there's plenty of fish in the sea approach to money. Okay. So people with this type of mindset, so here's a perfect example to tell you the difference. Scarcity mindset, people are always looking at cost. What does that cost? Let's say you have an investment. Let's say you have an investment property. Hey, we have this property that just went on the market. Okay, what does it cost? What are the expenses? This and that. It was all, you're all focused on cost versus abundance. Abundance mindset is, what is this property going to cost me not to do it. So it's a totally different shift. It's a totally different way to approach money. Okay. So you can imagine people with this type of mindset, they always seem to be making money and they always seem to find more investment type of money. So somebody that fishes once a year versus somebody that fishes every day, who's more likely going to catch fish? Well, this person up here is going to say, well, there's no fish out here. I mean, I can't catch any fish. No matter what I'm throwing, they're not biting. Versus the person that fishes every day, there may be some days he doesn't catch fish. There may be some days he catches a moderate amount. And there's going to be some days where he's filling up his boat. Okay. He can always do it because again, his mindset. So always finds a way to make more money there because they realize opportunities are everywhere. And think about what's happened in our country. What happens when the money gets low for them? They just print more. Okay. Think of it like that. There's an endless supply of money. Okay. The third type of mindset is negative money mindset. So these types of people that have this, they picture money as like a never ending headache. They can never get ahead. Victim mentality. Okay. These people that have this type of view, and I know people like this, they'll get in like a bill. They'll get bank statements in, they'll get bills. They'll hide it under books on the coffee table just to not even look at it. I'm thinking, what is that? What is that going to do? But that is their negative money mindset. And whenever they have a choice, maybe they're trying to decide on maybe buying something or investing in something. It's just like, let me do it real quick and, real hasty with their choices. Let me do it real quick because it just stresses them out. They don't care if it's right or wrong. Let me just do it. Okay. That's a negative money mindset. And last but not least, you've got the positive money mindset. Here, these people, they have an abundance mindset as well. And they understand that money is a tool. The person with a scarcity mindset, only thing that you can use money for mainly is to buy stuff. Somebody with an abundance and a positive mindset, they realize that money is a tool. Okay. You should have a lot of tools in your toolkit. Money is just one of them. So getting money is not the goal at all. Totally not the goal. And when you understand this, it's not the goal to buy stuff. It's a tool to use. That's when your mind's going to open up. And it took me a long time to realize that. Money is, I guess the older you get, you get a little bit wiser through those years. But now I realize that money is nothing more than a tool to buy back my time, because time's the most important thing. You can't make more of it, but you can make more money, right? Perfect example is mowing your yard. Do you want to spend an hour or 2 hours mowing your yard yourself to save money, or do you want to hire somebody that will now you just bought back an hour or two a week times 52 weeks a year? That's a lot of time. That's just one example. So think about that. Okay. So depending on what type of money mindset you have, that's going to affect your choices in life. So think about this. Your view on money can really change just in general how you act. So talk about worry and anxiety. So if you're always worried about not having enough, guess what? Your scarcity mindset, right? You're always worried about running out of money. Unfortunately, the way that society teaches us today to invest with the 401k, a lot of times people will not be able, let's say they want to retire at 60, then now it's 62, then now it's 65. They're always worried about the stock market. The stock market's down. Well, then I can't retire next year. Well, what about if I retire now and maybe I won't have enough money coming in because of the stock market? Because they're the way that they set things up. So they're always worried about running out of money. So again, your view on that, and if they would have never had that view, they would have invested differently. But if you're always worried about not having enough money, that's a mindset that's going to affect your choices. Usually these types of people, they're going to shy away from a lot of times just investing in general because they're afraid of losing money, risk. But if you look at money differently, full of possibilities, abundance mindset, and you're always looking for ways. Your brain is an antenna. Okay, when you get into your vehicle, you go to your radio. You hit the seek or scan. Your antenna on your vehicle is searching for a signal in your country, rap, gospel, alternative, rock. So you're trying to figure out what song you want, and then you'll stop on the one because that is what you're wanting. And you stop so that the antenna on your vehicle got the signal that you were searching for. Okay. Your brain is an antenna. So regarding money, your brain is an antenna. How you think about it. If you have the abundance mindset, then you know that money is full of possibilities. You're always looking, you're always scanning for different types of investment opportunities because you know that investing is a great way to grow. This mindset, again, also plays a role in how you actually purchase and buy things. So when you go to a store or a shopping center or mall or whatever, or you're online, you'll be thinking, are we shopping because we need something? Or are you just shopping because you're depressed? It's going to make you feel better. You need something to boost your mood. Again, that can affect it. So, what are some of the ways? What are some of the steps that you can do to to get a better money mindset if yours isn't as good as you want it to do? First thing is this: self-awareness. Start with you. You need to begin to think about and understand what are your current beliefs about money. Reflect on past experiences and then figure out, okay, well, I grew up in a household like this. This is how I've been acting. So I had to go back and look, and I came from a very scarcity, limited, sometimes poverty type of mentality. And I was the one driving 20 minutes to Sam's to save a dime of gas, a gallon of gas. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, that's like $2, $3. I'm driving 20 minutes to save $2. What the hell is that? But I didn't realize that until I became self-aware. That's the pattern. You got to identify the patterns in your financial behavior. Number two, challenge and replace. So once you've identified your limiting beliefs, then you have to, number one, you got to challenge them. Okay. Am I going to keep driving 20 minutes to Sam's to save $2 total in gas? You got to challenge them. Then you got to replace your negative thoughts with more like empowering thoughts. Okay. Replace your negative thoughts, however your mindset is about money, with ones that can empower you. So instead of saying, when you're looking at maybe an investment opportunity, um, maybe I should do this, but what are the risks? What would happen? Well, this is going to cost me too much. What about the fees that you're charging in this? Well, I don't like that or whatever. So it's very, everything is so risk. You're thinking that it's just too many risks, and again, you're just like, I don't want to do it. I want to play it safe. I want to keep my money in a checking account earning less than 1% a year. So replace all these negative thoughts with ones that, okay, if I do get into this, look what it could do for me. It could potentially double my investment. Or worst case scenario, 1.5x my investment versus it sitting in under my mattress or somewhere. Okay. Number three is education, which education kind of goes with the replace because you really need to be educating with what you're going to be replacing with. Knowledge is power. Okay. The more you know about personal finance, personal development, I'm always telling people, sometimes people had let's see, he was a general surgeon or orthopedic surgeon. I think he'd been out for 5 or 6 years. He had kids, and he came to me and he said, we've paid off most of our debt, and we got a house, we got kids. Things are starting to go. We have like a practice 401k. We're putting money in, so now I've got some extra money saved up, and want to know what you recommended to invest in. I was like, well, how much money you got? He's like, 15, 20 grand, something like that. I was like, my recommendation, well, I answer questions like if I were in your shoes, I would invest, I would educate myself in you. He's like, you, like, is that like a stock symbol? It's like, no, you, like you, you, yourself. Educate yourself, self-education in whatever interests you. Okay. They can take away your practice. They can take away your house. They can take away all your bank accounts. They can't take away what's right here, right? What's in between your ears, unless they kill you. But they can take away all your stuff. But my point is, you can build it back, and you build it back much quicker. If you only got 5 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand, whatever, I would encourage you. You cannot go wrong investing in yourself. This year I've spent, and I've never done this before, 6 figures in myself. Now I know what I want and what I'm searching for, and I go to the people that have it. I'm paying them a lot of money, but it's shortcutting the path that's going to get me there. Before, I didn't really have that much money. I just educated myself online for free, or maybe like an online course or something that didn't cost that much. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter your route. Wherever you are, you can do it for free. You can watch this YouTube video, watch other YouTube videos. Okay, that's number three. Last but not least, practice gratitude. The main characteristic I had no idea about when I was interviewing, and I've been studying really, really wealthy people, is they all practice gratitude. So instead of always focusing on what you lack, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough time, okay? Focus on what you have. You ever thought about that? Focusing on what you have. Be thankful, be appreciative. In all things, give thanks. And if you have kids or grandkids, I encourage you, get a gratitude journal, get them involved in it, focusing on what you do have today. We have today. We got up this morning. Some people don't have this day. Some people are in jail. Some people are on their deathbed. But you know what? You're here watching this video. You have today. Be thankful for that. I'm thankful that you're watching this video. Okay. And this shift is going to help transform a lot of stuff. It's going to help transform your relationship with money as well. So again, your relationship with money, shaped, remember, by your money mindset, can play a huge role in your journey as you proceed through life. Make sure that you understand self-awareness. Then you start to challenge, then start to reshape your beliefs, and you will have success beyond belief. I guarantee you, because I'm experiencing this now. And make sure that when you do go through this, and as you're going through these steps, and as you're getting better and better, that you reach out, that you help other people. Be a mentor to other people. So many people have mentored me and have gotten me to where I want to be. I mean, I'm always wanting to give back. We took my two sons and their friends last night. There were six of us. We went to walk-ons to eat. And my son knew a waitress, and there was another waitress there too. They were right out of high school. And, she was just like, I don't really know about this job. And, so I just started empowering her, teaching her about getting really good. She's already in a position, she's a waitress, to sell. I said, get really good at selling. Well, how do I do that? I started telling her what I knew. Learn online, read books about it. But if you can't afford books, read online. And I started telling her, one thing that she could do. Great thing was she was majoring in psychology. I said, this is perfect. That's sales and marketing and psychology. She's like, really? I said, yes. I said, you can really influence people ethically, but make sure you influence people. So how do you get a better tip? Of course, you treat people well, but typically if the bill is higher, then her tip is going to be higher. So I said, here's one thing that I'm going to do for you is whenever you ask questions to your people that are eating, that you're serving, don't ask a question to where they can answer yes or no. So instead of going at the end of the meal, hey, do y'all have room for dessert? Are you full? Of course, they can say, no, we don't have room for dessert. We just want the ticket. Don't ask a question like that. So instead, ask them, hey, our desserts here are amazing. I personally like the chocolate pie and the key lime pie. The bread pudding is great. Here's two right here. Which one of these sound best to you? Now, can they still say they don't want dessert? Yes, but look at the way that I framed it. And she's like, oh. And she looked at my son. She's like, I like your dad. So again, as you're learning things in life, don't keep them to yourself. Tell other people. Change people's lives, and then they'll turn around and do the same thing, okay? So no matter where you are, if you're a teenager watching this, if you're 40 years old, if you're 70 years old, it doesn't matter. No matter where you are in life, it's never too late to start on this journey of changing your money mindset and also transforming yourself and also helping other people. Do me a favor. If you like this video, if it provided you some value, do me a favor, just hit the like button. And if you know somebody who can also better, if you think that this information can help better their lives, share it to them. I would appreciate it. Guess what? So would they. Take care.